It is Bastille on 5FM with Laura Palmer. 8 minutes after 2, the Rob Ember Show live from Cape Town across SA with Bastille live in the country. And I suppose in the spirit of last night, I should say, how's it?
How's it?
How's it? Dan, you've got that dance in T. Carl, you're not far off either.
Well, you know, I try my hardest.
You have to though. When you get to Joburg, you've got to add. That's Kim, by the way, who you hear cackling in the background in Joburg.
Kim.
Dan, she's really sorry that she's not here to personally run her fingers through your hair.
That's fine. and also slightly beautiful.
We still can.
What we need to do in Joburg though, you need to add, at the very least, either a China or a brew to your hazard. Yeah. They would go nuts.
I know, but I didn't want to say how's a brew because I didn't want to isolate all the girls.
Then my Chinas.
Oh really?
Yeah,
okay.
so hazard my Chinas. That you can do in Joburg, and then for Friday, since we've now let the cat out the bag, since you're still in Cape Town, you either got to do Awe. He's great, Carl. Oh, come out. Take you to the hood. Awe or Osh. Got it?
I think so.
I think Dan's got it covered.
Dan's got it.
Dan's got it covered. He's fine.
Listen, take my word for it.
Okay.
Friday night, forget the housing. Awe.
Okay, I might need some cue cards from you.
Right. I'll stand right in the front with a cue card that goes away. Speaking of which, there were photos doing the rounds yesterday of you sitting in the crowd enjoying a bed on bricks.
Yeah, of course.
Do you generally do that, or is it just because of the relation that you decided to kind of sit amongst the people?
Well, my mum and dad are from South Africa, and they came out for these shows because we've got loads of family here, including Dave from Bed on Bricks and my cousin. So we, of course, I was going to watch them, and I got to sit with all my family who I never get to see because they live in South Africa and we live in England. So yeah, I was never going to miss the opportunity to hang out with them.
You should have seen the reaction. I've never seen anything like it, being on stage introducing anyone, when I said Dave from Bed on Bricks is related to Dan from Bastille. There was a collective what? What? People were so amazed. Now you've got to be careful with this whole mom and dad's from South Africa thing. What is born and bred here?
Yeah, born and bred. They grew up, went to university here, were born here, yeah, and moved to the UK after in their 20s.
Right. So you were non-existent at the time.
No, I was not. Yeah, I was non-existent for another like 10 years. But yeah. So
I will tell you that as South Africans, we will claim anyone. we will claim anyone who has, forget 6 degrees, any amount of degrees to us. So we're looking at Chris Froome, South African. I mean, he's Kenyan. It's weird, isn't it? He's a Kenyan-born British cyclist, but he's South African. It's been a lot of time. Annie Lennox, I think she's married to a South African doctor. We'll claim her. She's South African. Roger Federer, South African. Adele.
amazing. Her mum messed up once.
We will claim everyone. J.R.R. Tolkien, his dad was a South African banker. We'll claim it. Anyone, except English cricketers. We will not have any Andrew Strauss, Jonathan Trott, especially Kevin Pearson. What a knob. Are you mates?
No, we're not.
I don't know, but I think Woody from the band might have a few words to say on this subject. He's not here at the minute, luckily for the studio.
So yeah, we've officially, Dan and Bastille, Carl, you by extension, you're South African.
Yeah, that's fine.
Welcome home. Welcome home. If you have any questions for Bastille, we don't have them for a long while, but you're welcome to give us a call on 089 11 505. In terms of venues,
yes.
How was last night?
The most beautiful place we've ever played, I think, hands down. It was incredible, and when we got there, I think all of our jewels at the floor, we were just wandering around, and the view behind the stage, we were kind of like, we should play. We definitely don't deserve to play it. It was amazing, and just the whole thing, playing outside, playing as the sun was setting, and the crowd were amazing. So yeah, I can wax lyrical about it all day. But that Cursed Bush Gardens, having been here quite a lot, growing up and over the last, throughout my life, I've always heard loads about Cursed Bush Gardens, and like Dave from Bed on Bricks, he did on his 30th birthday, they did a gig there. So but I never thought we'd get to play. It was insane.
The only thing that was missing, I said to one of my mates, was to have the backdrop, which was the mountain, lit somehow. That would have just crowned it off. So next time...
Can you sort that out for Friday?
Please. Can we hook it up? Thanks. Enough people standing, an army of people behind you, I'm sure we can hook that up. We got Shay, who's clearly one of your biggest fans. She's been tweeting non-stop. She emailed me a whole list of questions, so we thought we'll get on the line. Shay, afternoon, how's it going?
Hi.
You're chatting to Dan as well as Carl from Bastille. Now, you were at the gig last night. What do you have to say? What do you want to ask?
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Hopefully, as soon as we'll be allowed, as soon as we're let back, we would love to come back, and we'd love to, play festival here, or do more shows. So, yeah. Oh. No.
I can tell you one of the questions was what would you do based on a true story?
What would you do as a cover? I wish it was about my life. But yeah, no, it's fine. It's the cover of a song. Like when we first started playing live gigs, we only had 6 songs. So whenever, like on the rare occasion where we'd be asked to play an encore, we rolled out this cover, and we just thought it's like an R&B song that we just thought would be quite funny for us to sing, because it's so not the kind of music that we make. Which is why we have this song that stands out with these really intense lyrics about being a stripper and having to pay for your kid, which is something that it's not personal experience, unfortunately. But
I mean, there's still time, Dan.
there is still time.
If, the whole thing could go downhill, and you might have to become a stripper.
With that hair, you could do anything.
Yes, indeed. Would you?
Speaking of stripper. Shay, thank you so much. We appreciate the call, and thanks for being such a great supporter of Bastille.
Thanks for coming to the gig.
Speaking of the covers, Theo Lynn sent an email through regarding the mixtapes and Heartaches Part 1 and 2. Wanted to know what that was like, what the experience was like doing all of those.
It was just really fun. We made them the year before last when we were making our album, and it's kind of quite liberating to be doing other people's songs. Potentially disrespectful, but we kind of didn't see it like that. We just, I don't know, it was fun to mess around with production and, hop between genres, there's hip hop in there and like kind of R&B, and as well as acoustic music and rock and all that. So it was fun to just kind of have a bit of mess around.
I'll be honest, the first time I heard of the night and the first time we played it on air, I was not entirely convinced. It was probably my favourite bit of last night.
Oh really?
Probably my favourite.
It's funny with Of the Night because we did it as part of the mixtapes, and when we did them, it was just something we did. We wanted to put out some music for free, so we made these 2 albums and put them out online. And at the time, we never really thought, we didn't think they'd be released again. And it's just one of those things. We've been playing Of the Night through at the festivals, and it got such a great reaction, and it's such a kind of fun song. So we were also quite dubious about releasing it because it wasn't intended. I think when you release a single, people kind of think that's you thinking this is your best thing, and in our minds, we don't necessarily think it's our best thing, but it's just a song that people loved, and it seems to have done okay.
One of the #1 questions that's been coming through, Carl, is when is the second album coming? And I was reading somewhere recently that you guys were kind of blaming sounds bad, but because of the amount of touring that you're doing and performing, that's kind of keeping you away from that second album. Is that pretty accurate?
That is pretty accurate, yes. I mean, it's always, you always walk a fine line, with touring and taking some time to do the second album, and at the moment we're trying as hard as we can to sort of do it as we're touring, like sort of writing and in sound checks we try and work out a few things, but generally I think just because we're touring so much, the album, obviously as much as we'd like to have released it yesterday, it's really a bit later.
How far away are we?
We spend so much time talking about it. If we spend half the time
all right, goodbye, leave, go.
No, it's I don't know when it's going to come out, to be honest. Hopefully soon. But we had a meeting yesterday that implied maybe not so soon. But we're just steadily working on it. It's a lot of fun. We actually we were messing around with the song in the soundcheck, and it popped up on, someone emailed it to me, and it popped up on YouTube, and that was quite weird. Hearing a song that's not even being recorded yet.
How many days do you spend in the bush?
Just the night.
Just the night. You
Yeah.
could have spent the night working on the album.
I know.
Realistically, you're lazy. Let's go back to the lines. Is it Kristen or is it Kirsten? Yeah. Hello, Kristen. You're speaking to Carl and Dan from Bastille.
Hi, Kristen. How you doing?
Yeah.
Hi, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Just
Everything.
yes.
It's perfect.
A lot.
And South Africa so far has been specifically Cape Town?
No, and a bit of Joburg as well.
Joburg. Did you go to Kruger? Was that the bush?
No, we didn't. But you know, it was quite surreal getting off the plane and going straight to, you know, to the bush and seeing a rhino on the same day that we arrived in South Africa. It was very surreal and fun. But I don't know, everything, you know, we're from England where it's freezing, so we're loving the fact that it's warm, you know, peppermint crisps. The South African accent, Table Mountain. I'm just naming things right now. There's the sea.
There's the weather, which I'm tempted to say you brought with you.
Yeah.
To be fair, because we were extremely worried leading up to last night, but it panned out great in the end. As far as how do you explain 2013? Have you guys sat down and gone, look back at 2013? How do you explain 2013 in terms of? I mean, you know what I'm talking about, Bastille and what happened to Bastille in 2013.
It was the whole thing was a shock. We never dreamed that we would ever be able to sort of do half the things that we were able to do in 2013, like playing to like how many people wanted all the festivals and all the travelling and all the tours and all the places we've been.
I think it's like, because we don't, because we're not like we want to be in a massive band. I mean, we don't really think about it. So whenever we have downtime, because we spend so much time sort of playing our music and talking about it. Whenever we have downtime, we're not one to sort of sit back and pat ourselves on the back. We just want to think about anything other than the band. So I don't know. I think it's. I think for us, or for me, speaking for myself, like I think we don't really appreciate kind of fully, you know, what happened last year, and I think it's kind of easier to compute it via our friends and families and people who are just, you know, in the UK and like, you playing your songs on the radio, it's really weird. So yeah, I don't know. We're not really very good at gushing about it. But last year was completely mental, and we're so lucky to have had.
And it's not stopping. Looking ahead, Coachella.
Yes, I know.
That is crazy.
Completely mental, and like this, yeah. And in America,
You're doing SNL.
I know.
Jonah Hill's hosting. That's very soon, is it not?
Yeah, we're doing SNL and Letterman.
I hate you for that. Letterman is my guy. I'll come along. I'll carry some bags. I'll do something.
Come the end of January, he'll be our guy. You know, it's ridiculous. We're like, who let this happen? What's going on? Someone's made a mistake. But yeah, Coachella will be wicked. But I think we're really excited about just going to Coachella and Outkast are playing. Outkast are playing the same day as us. How ridiculous is that? And Flume, it's going to be good. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Do you still get nervous? I mean, thinking about that, thinking that you're gonna share stage with Outkast, and
I'm still fully convinced that no one's going to come to our gig. I'm like, it's so weird. When sometimes our shows are sold out, and I worry that people. I have this thing where I think people might forget that they bought a ticket, and forget that they were going to come to the gig and that no one's going to turn up.
Well, hey, Cape Town sold out in no time, and hence the second date. So you know they're going to be people there on Friday. Joburg sold out as well, so you've got nothing to worry about as far as your South African fan base is concerned.
The crowd were amazing last night. We're so grateful for everyone's support here. So yeah, we're very excited about Friday and Saturday.
Well, we're very happy to have you here, and thanks for coming in to chat, albeit briefly. You're welcome back at any point in time as honorary South Africans.
Yes.
We'll make sure
we're genuine South Africans.
You're well, right, fair. You're genuine.
Accent.
We all have a stake in Nkandla. It's all right. We're all good to go. I'll explain that to you off there. Okay. Carl and Dan, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
That is Bastille live on 5FM, and of course live tomorrow one more time at the Marsh Botanical Gardens, as well as at the Emerenti Dam on Saturday.
On to the next chapter. See you.